Okay, I thought I should say something about fasteners. I use a lot of screws in my woodworking. I do also use a lot of glue too, but in this right now I'm using the screws. So these screws come in a lot of different sizes, and you can get them coated and not coated. The black ones, as far as I know, I was always under the impression that they have a resin on them, and they sure act that way. What I mean by that is as they're going in, they heat up, and if you stop putting them in and you just, especially in hardwood, you stop and then you try going again, they end up kind of gluing themselves. Now there is a coarse and a fine thread. I think on these I'm using these are a fine thread, if you can see that. And then these are coarse that I have as examples, but I'm using fine. I had pulled them out of something else, so I'm reusing them. They're still fine. Now the other thing to use these, and especially in hardwood, you want to pre-drill it. So I have a pre-drilled. This is big enough that the shaft will not really catch. And then notice this. This puts a bevel, so the head will go in flat. And then I screw them in with the regular Phillips. I stick with the Phillips because that way everything's consistent. I just grab it. Now I have seen lots of screws with other stars and squares and everything else, and yeah, they might be tougher, but then you have to have multiple bits and everything else. So I like to just stick with the Phillips. As long as you're pressing good, they'll go right in. Now these, I want to make sure they don't go point, have the point come out the other side. But other than that, I could put a little bit of glue on here before I do it, but I don't think I need to. I'm putting a lot of screws in. And here's the hole before I put the screw in. You can see that bevel. So I'm drilling it and putting the bevel in one shot. Okay, time to get screwing these things in.